Alright, now. Ah. Sorry, excuse me for a minute. Alright, hold on for just a second. Hold on. Whoa. Alright, let me move that back. Alright, now it's starting. Alright, this is the Demise collection, of course. You guys obviously know that. Alright, let's start with Portrait Rune. Alright, game start. Alright, now we're gonna go with ND. Since I'm pretty sure... Oh wait, there's enough letters to put it in, nice. Whoops! Alright, sorry about that. Misclick, my fault. Alright, now let's see, what do we want to do? Alright, let's get a white bat. Oh man. Alright, now. I see a portrait of a cute bat. No, I'm not cute. I'm not cute. I'm not cute. Fake news. False information. The world is in chaos. The Second World War has claimed millions of lives, leveled cities, destroyed nations. Souls of the Or's dead blanket. The plant lost, angry, and hurt their anguish of summon a cursed castle legend and appears many times throughout history, bringing with it evil and darkness. The castle of Dracula, the Lord of Darkness. It arrives in mankind's darkest hour to push us over the brink into ruin. Oh. I'm glad I was fast enough to do it. That whip, there's no mistaking it. You're Jonathan Morris. Good eye, and you are, I'm not cute. I'm not cute, no. And you are aware of a guy, who has a female model. Although, Indamati, Indamati is very independent of me, yeah. I mean, she is basically a tulpa created by me, yeah. What are you suggesting the whip is a fake, then? Geez, right, I can't use the vampire killer. The whip isn't originally from within my family. You're the Belmont family, haven't you? Why, of course I have. They used the whip for generations to destroy Dracula. And that family is related to the Morse family by blood. Been doing your research, huh? Unfortunately, the fact is, we're not the true successors. But hey, no problemo. I won every battle till now, and without the whip, not one loss. Not only that, I'm here too. Yes, I was wondering about that. You are. Well, excuse me, if you're from the church, then remember this. I am Charlotte Alloon. Charlotte, I've heard that name before. Alright, now. Yes, indeed. That's all. No. Oh, no. Charlotte. Oh, you must be the great magician everyone's been talking about. Great, you say? Unbelievable to think she was a mere child. Arr! Well, look at that angry face. Look at that funny angry face. Look. Look at this. Look at this. Alright. That's definitely, that's what Innovan looks like whenever I call him cute, yeah. This is what Innovan looks like whenever I call him cute. This is the face he makes. I mean, such a lovely young lady. You heard that, Jonathan? He called me lovely. This seems more like you. No. Seems more like you. So anyway, Fencing, you had some business numbers with me. Oh, yes, I do, and I have ordered to assist you in your request. I brought some potions with me, but well, what? It's a matter of economics. You see, I need that money, I really do, to, pay for my gacha pools, okay? You see, I need, give me money. I'm totally needed for bills, and definitely not gonna spend it on, buying gyms and, Master Duel or, pulling Plumeria and Fire Emblem Heroes. Definitely not. Vincent has an offer for AI Date Center. No. You want us to pay you, right? Yes, if you insist. Yeah, Creed. Alright now. Don't you know that Creed is one of the 7 deadly sins? I think we can take care of that. You can take care of that. But more importantly in the castle, is this really Dracula's castle? No one has seen Dracula this far, however the church insists it is indeed Dracula's castle. None about it, the castle is pulsing with dark magical power. Darkness, no parents, darkness, the opposite of light. Alright now, Mr. Vincent, just wants, some, RAM. He just wants some money to buy RAM so he can, open his, scam center. I mean, totally legitimate, YouTube channel that, uploads AI videos. Totally not a scam, by the way. Alright, whip it good. Alright, now we're gonna whip so many enemies in the face. Whoa, I like that, that's in blood. Alright, let's grab this. Which main playable character? Alright, now we got the Cull Cube. Alright, now. Alright, now let's whip it good. Alright, oh, Zambies. Oh, nice, hobo clothes right away. Nice, we got really lucky on that. First try. Alright, now. Alright, not gonna lie, zombies are like, the weakest monster in the entire game. Don't worry, zombies are like the weakest monster in the entire game. If you die to a zombie, it's really your fault, really. Alright, now, come on, give me more hobo clothes. Oh wait, they're 3-star rarity, aren't they? Then again, sometimes things in these old games aren't, what they appear to be. Oh, we got rotten meat. Ew, I don't want that. Ew. Oh, we got rotten meat. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Ew, I got rotten meat. What do you say, dying to some zombie is a skill issue? Yeah, if you die to a zombie in this game, you're probably... That's like dying to the first Goomba in Mario. It's like dying to the first Goomba in Mario, A real skill issue, man. Like, imagine being so bad at video games that you die to the first Goomba in, Mario 1. I mean, the game literally tells you... the game doesn't hold your hand, and, Mario is very simple, okay? I think anybody can figure out... Oh, wait. Oh, nice, we got a level up. Alright, now we should be strong. Alright, now. Oh, nice, we got more rotten meat. Ugh. Come on, give me your hobo clothes. Yeah, the vampire killer's power has been sealed away because, actually, that's, later in the game. Yeah, spoiler alert, it kind of has some, bad juju with it. It kind of has some, rather questionable stuff about it. Oh no, a bat. I don't like the bully bats, no. Again, bats in this game are kind of bullies, so... I don't feel too bad. Alright, I got a little short sword. Alright, now, I gotta say, I like the whip a little bit better, but, sadly, the vampire killer kinda sucks right now. It's like the weakest weapon in the entire game. But those have more range. I know, a bat, ew. Because someone needs to be cream pie to unlock the full power? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Somebody needs to be cream pie to, unlock the full power of the vampire killer, okay? Yeah, we need the cream pie, the memory of... We need to be cream pie a Belmont, yeah. Specifically a Belmont. Okay, alright now. Ugh, cream pie a Belmont, ugh. Is any making any noises? Alright, we need to move. Alright, we need to move. Obviously, there's something chasing us. Obviously, Behemoth's chasing us, and they're invincible right now. So we need to run. Get over here, Charlotte. Hit that with the book. Wait, did we have our Tome of Arms? Yeah, put that on, please. Alright, sadly we can't kill Behemoth here. Yeah, alright, now it's just like, that one Castlevania game, that Classicvania game frickin' Behemoth just shows up. Just rolls up in the neighborhood. Alright now. Alright, skeletons are a little bit harder in this game than zombies. Not by much, though. Ouch. They're a little easier with the whip, but, if I had 1 plus strength... Yeah, I'm not letting... Alright, now. I would, have Charlotte out, but, she's... But if she gets hurt, I lose MP. Oh, yeah, and you also get weapon... You also have weapon points in this game. Unfortunately, all your weapons do use MP. And if you're getting hurts to replenish that, you're not really getting, you're not really getting money. Because you get it from candles. Alright, I need to buff my strength up just a little bit more. Luckily these skeletons are, good practice, and hopefully I can get Summon Skeleton. Yeah, Summon Skeleton is a spell that drops off them. Alright, now. Very, very fair. Now, how you been? I've been pretty good, yeah. Ouch. Alright, I got hit in the face with, big bone. Big bone. Big boners. Since I was playing Master Duel and, using a white deck, I know a thing or two about big boners. Yeah, sometimes it wins, most of the time I brick. Any getting pwned live on stream? No, how can Twitch allow this? What Twitch doesn't know won't hurt them. What Twitch doesn't know won't hurt them. And you're not gonna tell them. You're not gonna tell them, yeah. What Twitch doesn't know won't hurt them, so, you're not gonna tell them, are you? I'm getting boned on stream, Big bone. Bone. Alright, now, no bones about it. Alright, now, I like to be kind of slow and methodical when I play Castlevania. Especially Egophanias. But I do take the time to grind out on enemies. Oh yeah, speaking of which, if there's candles, I should probably get those too. Alright, just kinda don't aggro both of them at once. Alright, you stay up there. Of course I won't snitch on you, on the wifey. Alright, yeah, that's right. That's right, no snitching. That's right, no snitch. Alright, now. That's right, we don't narc on our friends. Yeah, no narking. I'm gonna be streaming Wednesday, my end is gonna be fun. Oh, really? Ow. Oh no. Alright, now I need to be kind of careful here. Alright, those enemies are a little bit tougher. Oh no, something's here. Luckily there's a save point over here. It's not human, a monster. No, wait, I sense no evil from him. Alright now, you can sense my presence. Who are you? A ghost, as you can see. Ghosts have no need for names. By the way, what are you streaming, Annie? I hear you're gonna do Riviera? Incredible, you managed to stay sane despite the castle's evil influence. How is it possible? I don't know about you, but he seems shady to me. Think what you will, it's your choice. However, can you truly destroy me with a whip you can't even use? Only one way to find out. Wait, Jonathan, how does he know you can't use the whip? How do you know you can't use the vampire killer, huh? I find it very odd a ghost that is not being controlled by power Dracula's castle, a smart girl. Compared to this foolish boy just before he died, I cast a magic barrier on myself, binding my soul to this place. I am free of the castle's control, but I'm trapped here. But paranormal entities like you are easily affected by magic. Passing a barrier that repels a castle's power is impossible, even for me. Just what are you? My name is meaningless, but I suppose if you must call me something. And then the wind blows. Very well, call me Wind. Mr. Wind. Yeah, this is Eric the Card, by the way. You know, just spoiler alert. It's just that game I had been talking about it for a small while now. And every hours on Friday. Friday, nice. Alright, now, I look forward to that. Alright, now. But stop treating me like a child. My name is Charlotte. God, got it. Who's this kid? Who are you calling a kid? It's Jonathan Morris. The reason we're here, put it simply put, is regret. I will not rest until Lord's castle is vanquished. Wednesday is Fuga Melodies of Steel. No, isn't that the Uwu Fairy game? Alright, now with the giant mech. Hey Wolf, what's this? Alright now. Oh yeah, I should probably be careful about skipping through dialogue. You know, especially in this game. Yeah, I should be careful about skipping dialogue in this game, because, you know, there is a bug, you know, in the US version of the game. Yeah, that is really that when you fight Death. And basically, if you skip Death's dialogue in that area, he kind of, you know, you kind of, you know, if you go back into his room, you're kind of stuck there, because the game thinks that, you know, Death is still active and you're kind of trapped there. Which is kind of awful. Stock will increase little by little for a price, right? Yes, I'm afraid so, Master Jonathan. Don't try anything shifty and don't even try to lie. Well, that's true that rural churches are short of money, or so they say. Yeah, pretty sure churches are the only places in, you know, most rural communities that actually have money. Yeah, because they beg harder than DSP. Because you know churches are super toxic and you know e-beg more than DSP. You know, not even gonna lie.
Thank you. How are they?
Alright, we got Lizard Tail, which lets us slip. Which lets us slip and slide on this banana peel. Don't touch that. Do 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 do. Oh, alright now. Yeah, free kids pilot a giant ass mega tank and save their families and get fight to save their loved ones and deal with the horse of war in a turn-based RPG with roguelike elements. And you can do Persona style, you know, bonding in between fights and routes. Ooh. Dracula isn't the castle's lord. What do you mean? Isn't this place called Dracula's Castle? It's indeed Dracula's Castle. However, the castle's lord is a vampire by the name of Bronner. I've heard nothing about him. That's what I expected. His identity has been kept secret for years, after all. He infuses magic into the paintings to increase his power. You'll undoubtedly come across these paintings in the castle. Search for these paintings. He's using the paintings to make the castle's power his, isn't he? Well, we won't have to face Dracula. That's a good news, right? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't rest on those laurels. Don't rest on those laurels. You know, this is Castlevania. Of course, you're gonna fight Dracula. Why would you not fight Dracula? Could you imagine there being a Castlevania game where you don't fight Dracula? You know, aside from the ones where you don't actually fight Dracula. Which, there are quite a few. Hey, which one? Alright, now, let's see, I'm pretty sure in Aria and alright, now. You guys remember Aria, right? Alright, yeah, you remember Aria and Dawn? Yeah, you did not fight Dracula in that. I mean, technically, you sort of can. And technically, you can sort of fight Dracula if you know you get the bad ending. Right now, I might as well run back here. And grab them. Alright, grab the money. I need them dollars. Yeah, the game does not shy away from the fact that they are kids being forced to go straight and carry their homeland in a full war zone in the darker elements of war. Ooh, man. Alright, I need to get a little bit stronger. Alright, I need to be a little more careful. Alright, I need to be a little more careful. Sorry, I am not being very careful. Maybe I can buy a new piece of armor. Alright, I need to buy some better armor.
I'll make you a team.
I need to buy some decent armor. Let's see, sadly, I don't have much money right now, so I can't really buy much.
Thank you.
I'll buy a tailcoat for now, which, you know, will give me a little bit of... Alright, I'll buy the tailcoat for now, which will give me a little bit of defense. Alright, yeah, you can knock down the axes when they fly at you. Alright, they're doing a little bit less. Alright, they're not beating me up as quite as much. Oh, never mind, I got a copper plate. Well, I mean, that was, you know, money wasted. I've got a copper plate now, nice. Alright, these guys do have a chance to drop an axe, though. Do have a chance to drop axes. Which are pretty nice. Hopefully I can get one of those. It may not be till later in the game where I can get that. Alright, I will try to get it, though. I think this area will be a little bit easier on me than, you know, dealing with those 3 enemies down there. Since they're kind of grouped up and, you know, maybe they will drop if you ask them nicely. I mean, I don't think I can really just ask Dracula's minions, hey, can you just give me your stuff? I don't know if they'll, you know, go for that. I don't think they'll, alright, no. Whoa, holy wall of text. Oh, whoop. Alright, now. I think he wants to drop an axe right on my head. You know, these axe armors presumably being, you know, some sort of haunted armor. Oh, nice to level up. Alright, that should give me an attack and... Oh, my attack didn't go up. No, my attack didn't go up. Oh, there's the axe. Nice, I got the axe. Alright, now, come on. At least they're not, you know, immediately killing me. Excellent, yeah. Alright, Annabelle is so nice. Although... Then again, I suppose one way to increase our defense would be to, you know, get a little bit of extra spending money. Oh, nice. Thank you, Skeleton, for dropping your money. Thanks for the money, dummy. I mean, thank you for the money. It's, very generous. Yeah, I definitely will use it to pay my bills and definitely not, you know, and definitely not spend it all on gacha. I mean, I would never. Alright, I'm just kidding. But the soul cannon is a pretty harrowing mechanic. Oh yeah, you have to sacrifice somebody to do it, don't you? Man, isn't that the mechanic? You have to sacrifice somebody to actually use it? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Poetry Chicken from Thank you, Rusty Chickens from KFC. There's KFC in chat, and you know, there's somebody from KFC here. Yeah, by the way, Yenny's KFC. I mean, she's literally a bird VTuber girl at KFC. Alright now. Yeah, she's a bird VTuber. She's a KFC for sure. Alright now. I'm really, really sorry. Alright now. Alright now. Alright now again. Alright now. Another axe, nice. Alright, cut out. Alright, whoop. I should grab the coins. Alright, I should grab money. Alright, maybe it would be best to, you know. Alright, now, should I grind these enemies, you know, to try and, you know, get an extra point of strength so I can one-shot the skeletons? I mean, I guess I could do that. Alright, now, I'm determined. Alright, now, I guess I can do that. Sure, I can try to do that. I mean, let's see, 4, 3, and 3, that's 9 experience apiece, oof. Hey, friend, it's Leia Humans, we talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! On Twitter. Yo! Yeah, by the way, I have been playing Master Duel. Yeah, I'm trying to prepare for the alright now. I'm trying to, you know, build zombie synchro and, you know, I'm playing, you know, with whites. Yeah, sometimes, alright. I am, you know, actually winning duels, which is surprising considering I'm not playing the meta. Considering I'm not playing the meta and I've actually, you know, have been winning duels. Sometimes against meta decks, sometimes not. You know, it depends really. Well, not too many, you know, not too many punk, you know, stuff. Not right, like, alright now. Alright now. I have actually been winning. And I don't care. Oh wow, I am getting really beat up. You been playing yourself in Yu-Gi-Oh? Are you playing myself? What do you mean? What do you mean? Myself would probably be something like, Luna Lights or something, I guess. I mean, a dedicated Demise archetype would probably be like, you know, Luna Lights or something. Are you playing Lovely Lab, I mean? No, I'm not playing Lovely Lab. I mean, Lovely Lab Fiendsmith. Yeah, I did see, you know, somebody playing Lovely Lab Fiendsmith, so maybe I could probably do that. Oh, wouldn't that just be obnoxious? Wouldn't it just be obnoxious of me to, you know, play Lovely Laugh Fiendsmith? Alright, I'll have to learn how to play Fiendsmith actually, though. Because I have no idea how to play it. Yeah, honestly, I'm still kind of learning it. Yeah, with the pumpkin cards I have in real life right now, I have been practicing a little bit of combo lines and, you know, been doing a little bit of the dice rally. I did do enough of the dice rally to basically unlock all the rewards in it. Oh wait, I haven't really beaten it yet, but you know, I've been getting lots of prizes though. And you know, I've been doing dailies. I'm gonna basically, you know, I'm gonna basically grind for gems and, you know, I'm basically gonna grind for gems and then wait for, you know, and then wait for the pumpkin stuff to come. Yeah, and also get a whole bunch of dust. Yeah, I've been trying to, you know, get things like, you know, Lava Golem and, you know, Super Poly. You know, because Super Poly just seems like it's a really good board breaker, yeah. I mean, if I could get Zombie World up, it'd be even better, though. But it's not really too consistent to get that. Yeah, you have... Alright, now. Necro World Banshee and Glow Bloom, you know, do help with that. You know, if I can get them in my opening hand, of course. Which sometimes happens. You know, I should probably, you know, play more of them. Also, you know, one of the Goblin Biker cards can, you know, summon Goblin Zombie. Oh, nice, level up. Alright, now we have 10 strength. Now I have enough strength to one-shot a skeleton. Alright, nice. I'm strong enough to, you know, one-shot a skeleton now. Nice. That was basically the goal. If I can one-shot a skeleton, I think I'm pretty fine for, the first portrait. In fact, first portrait is... In fact, if you have that, I think you're pretty fine on, doing the first portrait. Of course, I could grind for money, but, I think, going in the first portrait and, going back once I get it, and going through there and getting the money is, easier. And then I could, probably upgrade my... Oh, wait. I should, unlock this. Alright, now. Alright, oh, wait. Oh, wait, before I forget like a dummy, I better, get the warp point. Alright, now. You should pay attention to, where the axe armor is throwing the axe. Yeah, but, it's kind of hard. Alright, now, kind of a little hard to kind of avoid all the projectiles at once. Kind of hard to avoid all the projectiles at once. Rip it to shreds, impossible, anything we do will be pointless. From what I could tell, it's based on theory of curse amplification of picture is a multi-layer pseudo-space barrier. It's basically, it's alright. I gotta tell you, the world canvases and the lore are basically based on these portraits, and they kind of work sort of the same way. Yeah, and, most of the ones that, exist in our the various realities are basically just shadow copies, yeah. Yeah, they're not the original one. The original ones are like in the Heavenly Spheres, and, they're basically endless. And Limited Night basically stole all of them. Alright, yeah. It's part of her plan to basically cause a lot of chaos. Alright now. Oh yeah, this enemy is resistant to slash, isn't it? Weird, it doesn't say it's resistant to slash, but it clearly is. Huh. Yeah, alright. Not gonna lie, some of the resistance, some of the things in the game, aren't quite, accurate. With the information they show. Also, I should probably get rid of Charlotte for now so I can, collect coins. I mean, if it's one axe armor, I can, easily take it out. Yeah, but if there's like a... Alright, now this is the area where you get the... Alright, now, and this is the area where you get the, where you get the beef. Now this is the area where you get the ground beef later. Alright, now we can't do it right now, unfortunately. Since we haven't unlocked that side quest. They have to tell the axe armor when attack, you have to raise your axe and duck. I mean, I do know how to dodge an axe armor, trust me. It's just that, that one room with the skeletons in it also has the skeletons in it that, Alright, now, yeah. It also has the skeletons in it that are also throwing bones at me, so it's kind of hard to avoid everything, unfortunately. So, yeah. Alright, yeah. Probably taking a skeleton hit is probably better than the axe armor hit. Yeah, true, yeah. Yeah, the axe armors do a lot more damage. Oh wait, did we get the falchion on the first try? Yo, we got the falchion first try. Alright, now, I love the two-handed swords in this game. Not even gonna lie. Yo, we got the falchion on the first try. Yo, that luck is insane. Alright, I think I will grind this enemy for a while since he has like 17 XP he can get. Plus, he's relatively easy to kill. Despite, being very imposing. And don't get hit, but just don't get hit by the flaming sword. Alright, now. Time to slay dragons. Well, with the falchion, it's not the Ascalon. Nah, I think you're thinking of the Ascalon. That's the one. That's the sword you use to slay dragons. What, don't you remember Berserk? Alright, indeed it is a giant hunk of metal. By the way, I'm gonna start collecting, some manga soon. Alright, my first one is, I'm gonna, get, Delicious in Dungeon. Yeah, because I like Delicious in Dungeon, and I also like Free Run, too. Yeah, I also like Spy X Family, yeah. I'll also get the manga, so, Spy X Family. That one was pretty good, yeah. Pretty wholesome stuff. Huh. And of course there's Sailor Moon. Yeah, I will get the manga for Sailor Moon. Let's see, I do have the manga for Mew Mew Tokyo. Yeah, Mew Mew Tokyo 1, not Mew Mew Tokyo 2. Yeah, let's face it, Mew Mew Tokyo 2, really sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Alright now. Alright now, Mew Mew Tokyo... Alright now, Kissy Cutie 2 is, neither Kissy nor Cutie. Instant 0 stars. Okay. I got both. I mean, Barry is very cute, but, let's face it, she's kind of a little bit of a Mary Sue. Unfortunately. But then again, that's pretty much all the main characters, really. Oh, level up, yay! Okay, and events allowed, like Barry if they want to. I'm not gonna, get into a heated disagreement over that, no. I don't think I should do that now. You're allowed to like Barry. Besides, I do think Barry's, character design is very cute. I will say that. I mean, she is a bunny. That's also mixed with a cat. Wait, it is a cat that she's mixed with, right? Yeah, aren't they like, aren't they all like based on endangered animals or something? Can I show you the work in progress in Akari's Legacy manga someday? Yeah, you should. I do like Ichigo Mordo. Oh, we got the biker jacket. Nice, we got the biker jacket. Alright, nice. Oh, wow, we are getting lots of falchions. Alright now. If only they fix the luck rate, Dawn of Sorrow and Aria of Sorrow, okay? Yeah, hopefully they didn't, fix the, potion glitch in this. Yeah, the potion glitch was pretty much the only way I was able to beat the two sisters. And get past them. Alright now. Dragon Slayer weapons. I mean, giant here chunks of metal, are very good at, slaying dragons. Especially the Ascalon. Wait, isn't the LC... oh wait, the Ascalon is actually in Aria of Sorrow, isn't it? Sadly, it doesn't work quite like the Great Swords in this game. Yeah, the only bad thing about the Great Swords is you can't backdash cancel into them. So yeah, it's kind of... So that is kind of a bit of a disadvantage. Yeah, and also, lots of, professional Castlevania players prefer, speedy, fast weapons. Yeah, I, however, like these because they're easy to use and, basically the div weapon. They don't require me, knowing any fancy tricks to basically use them. It's just all about straight damage. Although I will say, I think whips are probably the best weapon in this game, yeah. Although the last one is even a, Vampire Killer is a holy one, by the way, which is pretty good against most of the enemies. Aside from Nyx and, the frickin', and the frickin' snipers of Goth. Or whatever, or Almeric snipers, right? Yeah, those guys, for some reason, those guys are light element. Although for Nyx, it does make sense that she's based on an Angel of Mercy, which is a medical professional who, murders her patients. Sort of like, alright now. Funny enough, I did make a villain in the lore that's basically based on Nyx in this game. Yeah, you guys are gonna like Nyx when we get to her, yeah. Nyx is basically a big booby, bouncing to the, anime nurse, but, Batwing, so it's basically a succubus. However, she's kind of a pain to fight, yeah. Because she has a needle that poisons you when she jabs you with it. Again, she's a killer, medical professional. But, yeah. Let's see, Nyx. Alright, the villain based on Nyx in the lore is basically, yeah, their whole deal is they're basically, want to kill They want to, cleanse up. They want to, heal suffering by basically killing people. Solution: face meat hammer. I mean, hammer is pretty good. I mean, I do like the solution of hammer, but it's just a little too slow for my liking. It's just, I do like, it is great on raw damage and, being a doing big bludgeoning damage. But, it's just a little too slow for my liking, but, yeah, it's just a little too slow for my liking. I prefer things that are a little bit faster. Sounds like a skill issue. Well, if you say so, Inabin. It's just that, faster weapons will let you, it's just that, lighter, faster weapons let you attack faster. And, attacking faster is, and being able to attack fast is, pretty good, yeah. In fact, most soldiers in every reality, and, including the human world, basically, use specialties. You use, light, fast weapons, yeah. Why do you think spears and maces were so popular? Why do you think spears and maces were so popular? Though, then again, most warhammers were actually very lightweight, yeah. Like the Vikings used. I've seen a combination of, warhammer and gun. And I was like thinking, if you swing that thing into somebody, it's gonna break the gun components. Alright, even back in the medieval period, there was, Mole Ninja Kish. The type of thing you'd hang on your wall to look cool, but, if you try to actually use it, you're probably gonna be, Although I am told that gun axes were actually pretty powerful. Thank you. I can easily hit mine single-handed, so no problem. Well, Inabin, if you're able to swing a big giant hammer, with one hand, you're pretty damn strong. That's superhuman. Inabin, are you superhuman strong? Are you superhuman strong? Alright, Inabin apparently is, superhuman. Alright, and every time we get a kill, we get a little bit of, extra money. And we get, alright now. I think, I think level 8 or 9 is probably the way to go here. Although, there is an enemy that does drop a light sword that, if you want to try that instead. We are literally magical girl superheroes. I mean, using magic is very cool, just, be careful about running out of MP. Yeah, unfortunately, my MP pool is, very massive, yeah. So I won't be running out anytime soon. Alright, now. Yes, in terms of superhuman aspect. Yeah, that is true. That is true, so, magical girls are superhuman strong too, yeah. At least sometimes. At least when they're not named Sailor Moon. Alright, no, I'm just kidding. I have seen you increasing your mana bloods. What? No. What are you talking about? Are you running? That sounds like a detractor meme to me, Mr. Inabin. You shouldn't listen to, detractors. They like, spread false information about me. Alright, now. They spread, like, false information about me, dude. And that's like, they're, like, spreading false information, dude. It's Devin. Alright, now. I really wanted to do superhuman stuff and could probably, give someone cancer. Whoa, don't give people cancer, no. Hey, Yenny, you give people cancer? Imagine, Yenny's, powers of, shooting cancer rays at people. Why would I listen to tractors? They make engine sounds. I really wanted. I said I really wanted to. I don't do it. Yeah, please don't give people cancer. Yeah, getting. Please don't shoot cancer rays at people. No. Don't shoot cancer rays at people. No, that's not nice. Alright now. And we level up again. Nice. I know, do not worry. Donut. Alright now. Alright, I think we should be pretty fine for now. Alright now. Yeah, alright now. Alright now, let's get... Alright now. I think we should be fine to go through this dungeon now. Oh, alright now, a corset. Another corset has a little bit more defense. Alright, yeah, we're doing lots more damage. Plus, I'm pretty sure we have enough, you know. Oh no, it's a simp! Oh no, it's simp! Hey, look, it's a shrimp. I mean, it's a shrimp. Oh no, it's oh no, that guy, that weird Henry VIII looking dude is, you know, shrimping over, you know, Charlotte. Oh no. Hey, dude, step away from. Don't step away from her. I'm pretty sure, you know. I'll call the FBI. I'll call the FBI. Step away from that young lady. I'll call the Fed. Will add her feet to the Lord has been a bit since I'm properly home as well. Yeah, alright now. Alright now. Oh yeah, we can knock that. Alright now. Alright, I seem to recall there's a secret floor right here. Oh, I know what's in this floor. Alright, first off, there's a witch enemy. First off, there's a student witch. You know, if you can get the student witch here has good stuff for, you know, Charlotte that you can drop. Unfortunately, it's kind of rare to get it. However, we'll try. And of course, don't sell any. And of course, when you play this game, don't sell any items and be careful about using cakes. Yeah, some of them are needed for side quests. You know, just not gonna lie, I've seen people do that. You know, and then they get mad. Oh wow, I got a tropical sundae right off the bat, nice. And we got the legendary cream pie, which is the weapon you use to get... Alright now, we got the cream pie. Alright now. Alright, I will try... Alright, I guess I'll trail a student witch belt a bunch of times. So I'll have to come in here to try and get more cake. Yeah, you know, although I really like, you know, Annabelle and, you know, Yenny's cake. Alright now. Alright now. Do. Alright now. Man, they got cream pie. The cake is a lie. Oh no. You know, some of these cakes aren't available unless you know, unless you get the gold ring. Which is like in the Nest of Evil, and the Nest of Evil's like really tough to navigate, really. Yeah, Nest of Evil's like really hard to navigate now. So I wouldn't recommend. Yeah, it's like really hard to navigate. And once you, alright now. Alright, we need I think we need the 1 coin to drop. Yeah, it's all RNG to get it. Oh, the witch hat. Alright, we got one of the better hats for Charlotte for now. One of the best hats for Charlotte for right now. The navigation isn't the issue. It's a freaking enemy spam. Yeah, the navigation through it is, you know, not too much of an issue. But, you know, you kind of have to be careful about aggroing certain enemy groups. You know, such as the freaking Chupacabras. Yeah, be very careful about aggroing all of them at once. You know, otherwise you're definitely going to end up dead. Otherwise, they are definitely gonna kill you. Yeah, you really need to be careful about enemies. Yeah, there's a lot of, tough enemies. Although, I know the potion glitch, so, alright now. No, then again, I don't know if the potion glitch is in this game anymore. Not this version of the game, anyway. Yeah, basically, you have to use up all your regular potions. Alright, we got the Cotton Apron, which is a little bit better defense for Charlotte. Alright, nice. And we're getting closer to level 9. Oh, nice. And we got... Alright, nice. Alright, here's a dual crash. Rush is our first one. It's not the greatest. I think the Holy Lightning we get a little bit later is definitely better. Alright, now axe armors are no problem at all since we struggled at first. Why does Dracula have a random bakery in his castle? I don't know. Look, Dracula, you know what? Dracula just likes to, have himself some fresh bread. He also has a bar inside his castle, run by a skeleton bartender. Who serves, the best Bloody Marys, around, yeah. In fact, you could say his Bloody Marys are to die for. Quite literally, because quite literally, because he tries to kill you with Bloody Marys. Ah, man. Yeah, I was like, really, alright. I remember when I first saw I remember when I first saw that, and I was like wondering, where the heck is that? And then I got the Eye of Decay, and, found the secret spot inside here. And, then I found the skeleton, then I found that skeleton. And it's like, no way. Alright, if we kill all the zombies here, there's gonna be a super tough enemy that shows up. There's gonna be a tough enemy that shows up. And it's gonna be slightly faster, too. Alright, just be a little careful about that one. Alright, we have to kill, like, a large number of zombies, though. Alright, there it is. Alright, we took out the white. Oh, I know something. Alright, now. Oh, yeah, the whites are pretty powerful, so be careful. And we got giant, jellyfish. I mean, some versions of Forneus, portray them as more like a killer fish. Yeah, they're an Argothea thing. Nice, we got the leather whip, nice. Hold on, I'm gonna swip off. Alright, now. I know this will probably be a little controversial, but I'm going back to the leather whip. I'm going to the leather whip. Alright, enemies. Alright, now, luckily, the jellyfish are weak to the whip. There's a simp up there. I mean a shrimp. Alright, sorry, Twitch, I didn't say the no word. I swear I didn't say a no word. I'm sorry, Twitch, I didn't mean to make your mods bad. I'm not trying to make your mods bad, I swear. Yeah, this enemy is a huge simp, just. This enemy is a massive simp. Very violent towards Jonathan, but very, yeah, he also drops capes, which are he also drops hero capes, which are pretty good. Yeah, he also drops a short sword, which is, pretty nice. Alright now. Yeah, it's a frickin' shrimp. It's a VTuber shrimp, guys. Alright now. This dude is a shrimp. This dude is a shrimp, sort of like you guys. Sort of like most of you on Twitter, really. Sort of like most of you on Twitter, really. Yeah. Alright, man, a lot of the people there are gonna probably be very disappointed when they actually hear my voice. Oh wow. Oh well, it's my fault for, horny baiting, into money all the time. None of people have a drink? Do you remember how many slices of bread you ate in your life? 13? I love your voice and your laugh. Oh, thank you. Alright now. Alright now, thank you, Evan, for not being rude. For not being rude like, the people that are probably too young to be on YouTube anyway. Alright now, iPad kids. Alright now. Alright now, come on, drop your stuff. Alright, whoop. Come on, drop your stuff, please. Or at the very least, help me to level up. Alright, this guy is just a massive set. Oh, nice. Level up. Alright, come on, drop your stuff. I know you have capes you can drop. Alright, now I'm probably gonna get to level 10 before he drops one, huh? Oh well, I'm more than open to that. That'll make the game slightly easier. Yeah, a little bit of bump and stats will make my life a little easier. Yeah, we can just duck to dodge under a sword. Alright, come on. Alright, smack whip. Alright, I know you can drop capes and, swords. Of course, they're like, not very common at all. Alright, do I really need them? No, but Alright, now. You gotta use it to grind weapon levels at the same time. I mean, if MP weren't an issue, I'd probably do that. I mean, I might as well. Alright, then the weapon I should be grinding would probably be the axe. Oh, whoop. Well, that completely missed. Alright now, I will give up on that for now. Alright now, we got it. Alright now, enamel pinwheels. And over here is Holy Lightning, which is a way better dual crash. Trust me on that. Alright now. Not gonna use it to grind weapon points? Oh yeah, there is one weapon I would... Alright, there is one weapon I would like to grind for that. Alright, I'll have to go back and buy it though. Alright, I'll have to go back and buy it though. Alright, I'll have to go back and buy it though. But I know a good weapon. I know a good weapon that's very cool. That's the old reliable. That's, very cheap and easy to spam. A bit like how I, like to use weapons. A bit like the weapons I prefer. Sorry, Annabin. Engineer boots. I'll buy a couple of those. And I'll buy the shuriken, the dart, and rock riot. Alright now.
Thank you.
Play how you want, cutie. Okay. No, I'm not cute. I'm not cute. I'm not cute. Stop spreading false information. I'm not in any way, shape, or form cute now. That was just false information, dude. That's like false information, and that's like a detractor meme, dude. Alright, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. No, I need to get toxic or eat on stream. No, no, we're gonna get toxic. Why am I toxic? Why am I poisoned? Alright, now, I admit, last night I was kind of feeling a little out of it. Yeah. I did visit my doctor and, they got my medicine adjusted, so I've been, a little bit better as of late, so that's good. Yeah, my previous doctor, kind of really messed up my medication, and I was like, no, don't do that. I was like, stop doing that. I was like, really stop doing that. Anyway, that's enough of that. Anyway, I probably shouldn't talk about stuff like that now. Oh dear, you're nut-shotting that guy. Yeah, I'm like hitting him in a whip with a... I like hitting him in the nuts with a whip. I mean, you'd probably, cry in the you'll probably cry too if, you got... You'd probably kneel over in pain too if, you got whipped in the nuts. Oh man, we're nutty. Alright now. Alright now, the good news is we're probably gonna get... Alright now. Alright now, just pay attention to his... Just pay attention to if he drops something so we don't, muscle memory it. Please don't muscle memory. Oh, come on now. Alright, darts do start off relatively weak though. Not gonna lie. They're alright. But they're very cheap and easy to spam. They're very cheap and easy to spam though, and Jonathan, has enough recovery to make it work. Even though he doesn't have a lot of it. Oh, he dropped the hero cape. Alright, put that on Jonathan. Very nice. If you live comfortable, if you're comfortable talking about it, feel free to. You're streaming your rules. Okay, sure, yeah. Alright. I rather did not like the period, I was off the medicine and, tripping balls all the time. Yeah, so... I'm not sure what happened to my previous doctor, but he kinda, didn't come into the office anymore. I think he got, like, really ill or something. Anyway. Oh well, the new one's gonna be, much better, I think. As long as... alright now. New one's gonna be much better, though. Alright now, anyway. Anyway, this guy, looks suspiciously like Henry VIII. Also, it kind of reminds me of... You guys ever see, the Ancient Magus Bride? Oh yeah, that reminds me, I need to, get the manga for Ancient Magus Bride. Yeah, I really like that one. It speaks to me on a deep and emotional level, you see. Yeah, it's got... Alright now. The Dark Fairy lore, yeah. Alright now. By the way, the Pixies that claim to be the first tribe are not the first tribe. Don't listen to them, they're full of stuff and nonsense. Of course, the Perrys also, claim to be the first tribe, and, with them it might actually be legitimate. Yeah, Perrys are basically, yeah, Perrys, survive by, basically eating perfume, yeah. Which is why a lot of them, kind of, also manufacture it, yeah. Yeah, there's also one in Class 12B that, Inamati, runs. Oh wow, we're getting lots of hero capes now. Alright, we're getting a full set of hero capes. No, don't forget the dart. They get them weapon points. Alright now. Alright now, I want the short sword that he drops though. I know he drops one of those too. Oh nice, a full set of hero capes. Alright, since it's just a straight defense increase, I might as well do it. Oh, excuse me. Oh well, I really don't need more hero capes. At least we're getting close to, leveling up to 10. Also, the darts seem to, have a little area where they, hit the enemy twice. That, does a lot of damage to them. Plus, whenever it gets a bullseye, it does more damage. And, when it gets upgraded, it does bullseyes all the time. Which, is very useful, for Jonathan here. At least, I think they patched it in this game, though. Where it doesn't bullseye all the time when you do that. Unless I'm mistaken. They Alright, yeah. Yes, I enjoyed it. Was very intentional. Yeah, Henry VIII was a massive, womanizer, I should say. He really wanted a son, and he never could get one. Like, did he eventually have a son? Yeah, I was like, alright now. And he killed a whole bunch of wives because, they wouldn't give him a son. Oh, did he drop a cutlass and then I missed it? Darn it. Alright, I got distracted, so that's my fault. Alright, I got distracted. Alright, now, whoops. Oh well, I'll keep trying. Alright, it's probably not... Alright. At least we have a full set of hero capes. Which we can sell to, get better. Alright, at least we can, sell the hero capes at least. Alright, now, just gotta, not get this... Alright, now. Yeah, Henry VIII was a massive, Yeah, I don't... He seems like the kind of dude who would be a creepy demon. Oh yeah, when I was talking about the Ancient Magus Bride, it kind of reminds me of that one dude. Doesn't he have, the same name, too? Yeah, he was like in the school arc, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the main character should really not have taken those, insane bets. Yeah, don't, yeah, please don't do stuff like that. I mean, her heart was in the right place, but, she shouldn't have done that kind of thing. And, led to problems. It led to a lot of problems. So I understand why she did both. Alright now. Yeah, alright now. Alright now, I think I will move on. Oh well. Oh well, I don't really need it anyway. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I gotta pay attention to the map too. Oops, I accidentally cast Holy Lightning. Oh well, that's okay. Oops, accidentally cast Holy Lightning. Very nice. Alright, still. Let's see, guide. Let's see, where am I on darts? Oh wow, I just need 100 more kills. Alright, now down here. Alright, I need 100 more kills. Oh well, I could probably... Alright now. Okay, it's the enemy that drops the Eye of Decay, but that item is super rare. That item is ridiculously rare though. Well, I will not be trying to get that. Alright, nice that they give you a little bag of money to kind of lead you here. Kind of reminds me of the philosophy of, older games. Where, if they want you to go someplace... Or if they want you to... Or if they want you to go someplace, they kind of, leave little breadcrumbs for you to go. You know, kind of a little bit of the OG, yellow paints. But, I know everybody, rags on the yellow paint. But, yeah, to be fair, a lot of people rag on the yellow paint, and, honestly, pretty justified. Honestly, pretty justified. Yeah, the yellow paint's just made for me because, I'm not very good at video games. I'm not very good at video games, so I actually appreciate yellow paints. Alright, now, of course I do. Alright, now, I think I will switch back to the default again. So I can hopefully one-shot the enemies. Alright, now. Alright, but the better kind of yellow point IMO. It's there, but doesn't stand out. You're plenty good. Oh, you think so? Oh, nice. I got a skill cube, which is pretty nice. Alright, now come and get me. Enemy purified. Alright, enemy purified. Okay, we're able to one-shot these guys now. Alright, I do like whips a little bit more, but they kind of lack the raw power that I need. Oh wait, I should probably save here. Alright, now. Man, wouldn't it be crazy if I, got the Eye of Decay? I mean, it would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? Yeah, Jonathan just doesn't have much recovery when it comes to magic, so... darts are actually, really good for him. Yeah, especially in, like, the, original version of the game. Especially in the OG version of the game. Very nice, we got it with the dart. Alright, any more enemies up ahead? Oh, watch out for a rib. Watch out for these guys throwing their ribs at you. Alright, nice. Alright, pretty sure up one of the... Alright, now. Alright, yeah, and I like that, the clothes that you get in this game are, like, actual, real-world clothes that are, like, kind of fit the time period. Kind of, like, kind of really old. But again, there's not much, World War II stuff in this game, but, the stuff that there is, is pretty nice. The stuff that there is pretty nice, though. Another hero cape, which I can't pick up, because I have 9 of those. Oh, thank you, I'll just call you Zoom, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Zoom, thank you, Zoom, for following, I appreciate it. And as you can see, I'm playing Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. Alright now, I really like this game. One of my favorite, Castlevanias. Alright now. Alright. Way better in my opinion than Dawn of Sorrow, but that's because I was familiar with the original version of Dawn of Sorrow. And Dawn of Sorrow has, those seals that are kind of, oh, there's the nun shoes. Alright, be very careful about selling the nun shoes, okay? Yeah, in this game, be careful about selling the nun shoes. They are a quest item. You're gonna need to get the heal spell. Alright, now. Alright, surely we got... Alright, now. I'm in ad jail, one moment. Oh, no. Oh, no, we hate to see it. Ad jail, we hate to see it. Alright, nice, we took out that demon. Alright, nice, we took out that. Yeah, ad jail is, pretty harsh, really. Alright, now, how many kills do we need? Alright, how many kills do we need to upgrade, darts? Yeah, we need that many. Unrealistic. I feel like I'm having a little bit of unrealistic expectations with that. Alright now. Alright, every kill with the dart, every kill that we get with the dart helps. As long as we use the dart on an enemy, we get the points. Alright, there we go. Do we need to finish this game at some point? Yes, we... Alright, now. Alright, I think I'll go back and try... Alright, I think I'll go back to the Zakunos. I think I'll go back to the Zakuno. Yeah, alright now. I will say this dude definitely alright now. Yeah, him looking like Henry VIII is very intentional, yeah. Considering, you know, Henry VIII is, you know, also a big womanizer. Yeah. Yeah, I bet this dude, you know, wants a son with, you know, Charlotte. And unfortunately, Jonathan's like, you know, FBI, open up. Alright now. I wouldn't blame him, really. Alright, hopefully we can get a cutlass. Before we max it out. I mean, I kind of missed it the first time, so... Alright now. Whoa, whoops. I gotta be a little careful. I mean, it's not especially powerful, so we shouldn't be... Oh wow, we got him. Oh wow, and we leveled up to 11. I think we should be fine for the first boss. As long as we don't get reckless. Because the boss does have a magic attack that, you know, hits pretty hard if we're not careful. Luckily, it's not too hard to dodge. We still need to be careful nonetheless. Oh, did Dart just take him out in one hit? Yo, Dart's taking him out in one hit now. Alright, nice. Dart is just one-hitting him now. Just pay attention to anything that drops from him. Wait, that's a hero cape. We actually have 9 of those. So we don't need any of those. That's me navigating. Alright now. Alright now, I need to finish. Alright now. This game is very fun, yeah. One of my favorites, yeah. I remember when I got the... I remember when I first got this when I had a, you know, Nintendo DS, you know, a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of the first... It was the only Castlevania I had for the longest time. I got done in, you know, Ecclesia later. Yeah, Ecclesia... Oh wait, it's a cutlass. Nice, we got the cutlass, nice. Nice, we got the cutlass. I don't need hero capes, so I got 9 of those, so I can't pick them up, really. I literally can't pick up the hero capes. Alright, now, I'm just doing this to get an upgrade to Dart now. Although... There is another enemy that would be very perfect for, you know, grinding the darts. There is another enemy that would be perfect for grinding a dart. And we will have to go back a little. Alright now. Alright, since it drops a little bit more XP. Oh, whoops. Alright, I kind of walked into that one. Not gonna lie, that was very silly of me. Oh well, it's not like he did a bunch of damage, so it's okay. Not like he's really powerful, so... Alright now. Kinda wish there was something like a Flesh Golem in this game. Right, the Flesh Golem is a soul in, I think it was Aria of Sorrow? Yeah, that basically lets you consume, you know, consume whatever food you want, really. Kinda wish that was in this game. Yeah, alright now. You know, the game... Alright now. Alright, although, one of the foods that, can hurt you, is a quest item though. Of course, I am talking about the moldy bread. It's all moldy. It's all full of mold. Alright, it's full of, it's full of green, it's stuff. Alright, now. It's mold. It's moldy, you pillock. Yeah, I've been watching, a little bit of, Kitchen Nightmare episodes, yeah. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, Kitchen Nightmares is actually very fun, yeah. Probably it was very hard for, Gordon, though. Probably very stressful for, Gordon. Considering that, he kind of got food poisoning from, eating the bad food from those places. Yeah, in fact, alright now. Yeah, he literally had to have his stomach pumped due to some of the food from one of the places, yeah. Which makes a lot of sense, really. Considering the level of quality that some of them have. Alright, now might as well bring out Charlotte, just get a little extra damage. Alright, I'm just gonna grind you for a little bit because you have a little bit more experience. And you also are right now. Plus I can, get more stuff to sell if need be. Alright, now might as well, learn to hit him dead center though. Oh nice, we mastered the dart, nice. Alright, dart has been mastered. Alright, now the other good weapon for Jonathan are the shurikens. The other good weapon for Jonathan are the shurikens. Although they're gonna be a little more expensive. Alright now. Although I think I'll save the shurikens for when we, fight monsters that get more than one skill point. Man, I can't believe I killed 200 normal enemies. Oh well, helped us get to level 11, so... can't complain too much. Alright, let's get to one of those warp points. Skeleton. Alright, let's put Charlotte away since she is... Alright, yeah, I like the falchion for... Alright, I like the two-handed swords. They're a noob weapon, really. Yeah, they're kind of a noob weapon, but, they're so good. I really like how easy they are to use. You don't have to do, backdash canceling to use them. Effectively. You didn't just straight up just use them. As much... Alright, now. Unfortunately, you can't backdash cancel with them. Can't backdash cancel like you can with the sword. Alright, two fast hits. Right, it's pretty fast to do it though. Alright, maybe this will be better. Oh, whoop! Alright, just gotta be a little careful. Alright, it doesn't matter. Alright, now. Time to take on Dullahan, the Portent of Death. Funny enough, this guy is actually a fairy. Yeah, Dullahans are fairies. Alright, here's the hard-hitting magic attack that I was telling you about earlier. This is the hard-hitting magic attack. Just dodge the bullets. I'm glad I don't have to... Alright, when he jumps, you have to, you know, go under him. Luckily, it's not too hard to dodge. Might as well Holy Lightning. Alright, Dull Hand deleted. Easy peasy. Yeah, this guy is a fairy, yeah. Needs more Dull Hand heads? Oh no, not the Dull Hand heads. Time to be a pirate? No, not more. Alright now. Main brother can't use the castle's power now? No, not quite. Just control the castle's decreased a bit, but... Decreased a bit. I think there's something else. Oh my, oh my. Uh-oh. I knew I spelled something. Seems like some maggots got inside. Oh wait, you have homophobia in your eyes. What the heck are you talking about? Alright now. I'm literally a vampire. What are you talking about? A vampire. My, such an attitude, such disrespect from someone. How you dare disrespect someone of my caliber? I'm just, you know, not. Oh well, whatever. I am a Lady Loretta. Okay, whatever, dude. You probably think your little victory is weakened us a bit. However, I do have some tragic news for you. That wasn't the only one of Father's paintings. I know that I can obviously tell by sensing the movement of the magical energy. What an amusing sight. A child who fancies herself an adult. What? No! Stop calling Charlotte a child, no! That makes, you know, that makes Henry Eve something over, you know, weird. Oh no, he's alright, Henry VIII is an Epstein Lister. No. Oh no. Henry VIII is an Epstein Lister. Alright, maybe I better not do that. Alright, I better stop that. Alright, I better knock that off. Alright now. Alright now. And for trouble, we get the Acrobat Cube. Which, you know, lets us do 6 hops off of, you know, our partner's head. Oh, come on now. Oh, nice, we leveled up, nice. Level up to 12 already? Nice. Oh, come down from there, please. Ouch. Alright, I feel like... Alright, now. Alright, flying enemies are kind of annoying in the... I know, annoying when there's platforming. Alright, now grab the cape. Even though we don't need it. Oh yeah, I should fill in the map because it's required for Nest of Evil. Alright, I will need a cape for... I will need to, you know, fill in the map for, you know, Nest of Evil. You know, if I really want to do it. Yeah, that sword, you know, hurts a lot if it gets you. So be careful about that. Now we get an axe. Which an axe is, you know, which axes are really slow in this game. Which you'd think wouldn't be the case because, you know, axes are a deadly weapon. Which what are you talking about? You know, when Vikings, you know, use axes, they were, you know, very fast with them. You know, fast enough to split people's heads open with them. Alright now. Just the appropriate amount of violence. Oh no, another... Okay, I'll take you out. Ooh, axe. Alright, I already got the axe though. I already have an axe, so I don't need that. Ow, what? Alright, come on, I'm down and bait. Come down and fight me. Alright, you know, alright now. Alright, is the longsword better than the cutlass? By a long shot, alright. Alright, grab the black ribbon for, you know... Now, what do we need a black ribbon for? You know, Charlotte's, you know, pretty good without it. Yeah, since we got the witch's hat on her. Which is gonna be a problem. Alright, now. Oh, nice, and we got the push cube. Which lets it... Now we can partner up to push stuff. I'll talk about violence. I am surprised a certain... surprised a certain... totally honest, morally bankrupt skeleton war merchant has it come along. You know, to battle his wares. Now we're not gonna do war crimes for violence. We're not doing alright now. I mean, we are, you know, fighting against reckless minions, so you know, we are doing a little violence. Alright, this area is kind of, you know, difficult to get through without taking damage. Alright, boost con temporarily. Well, I guess I'll take the con boost. Oh yeah, I should get Charlotte out for this. She'll be able to pile on the damage. She'll be able to pile on a little bit extra damage. You know, that's basically why you have Charlotte in the first place, just to pile on little bits of extra damage. You know, of course, if she gets hit, you know, you do lose MP. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's an item somewhere in the game that, you know, causes her to lose HP instead, but, you know, why would you use it? Why ever would you use something like that? Although, there also is an item that, you know, basically causes you to take 10% damage no matter what. Yeah, that item is actually really good. You know, especially in you know, hard modes. Alright, Supersonic Punch. Oh, the ground meat. Oh, right, that reminds me. Isn't there a glitch, you know, with the side quests? Oh, I remember there's a glitch with the side quest, isn't there? Alright, now, we need to go back in this painting to do the side quest. Alright, it's somewhere in the... Alright, now. Luckily, it's not far to get to. We should have no trouble. Alright now. Alright, short swords are faster. And I do like the alright now. Alright, I can get used to the short swords in this game. I do kind of miss, you know, having the range and the power to, you know, just one-shot it, or just power through enemies. Whoops. Alright, maybe I should use the D-pad. Alright, for this we need to take off our fist. And that gets us some ground meat. Alright, longsword. Alright, now, alright. Alright, now, alright, whoa. Ouch. Very pain, Pico. Oops. Ow. It's okay. It's okay, I just was, you know, got a little distracted, sorry. Taking 10% damage from any hit no matter what, you know, is pretty good. Especially on level 1. I should probably be more careful about accidentally using darts. Use the D-pad. Right now, I just need the finishing touches on my, you know, level 6 on my, you know, on my pumpkin deck. I'm waiting for my copies of you know, ectoplasmic fortification, you know, to come through. Wait, I should save before I do this. I'll definitely save before I do this.
How are things? Excellent.
Now let's see. Oh, they didn't patch it. Oh, they didn't patch it. They didn't patch They didn't patch this. Yo, I can do the infinite side quest. I can do the infinite side quest reward glitch. Yo, we got the infinite side quest quit. Infinite side quest reward glitch. You know it's still in the game. Nice, nice, nice.
Make you a deal. Thank you.
Alright. Alright, I think I played for quite enough for today. I really apologize for being so slow at this game. I just, grinded a whole bunch on enemies. Dullahan himself wasn't too hard. He was barely hurting me for, very little damage. Probably would have hurt me a lot more if he, hit me with, the magic. Alright, let's go to Cat's Planet Shrine. I'm not cute. Thank you, Annabelle, for being here. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. Alright, now... Whoops. Raid Cat's Planet Shrine. Let's go raid them, yeah. Was a fun stream, you think so? I appreciate that. Don't forget to join in the raid, please. I'm sure Cat Planet Shrine would, appreciate that. Alright, now let's go. Moonbat raid. Goodbye, see you later.